And how that's all come about, it didn't happen overnight. I didn't all of a sudden wake up and think, hey, what Toronto really needs is something other than what it's got in terms of community rec centers. It's something that's evolved over a long period of time. And I'll just really bring you up to date on that very quickly so it'll kind of make sense. I'm a retired high school teacher. I worked at a couple of private schools in Toronto District School Board. And back in the day when I was a teacher, which wasn't that long ago, there was a lot of concern amongst teachers about how you identify drugs and how you deal with kids that are on drugs all the time. But I kind of never went in that direction. It was always part of my understanding that if there's a lot of things for students that are at school to do, they're not going to get into drugs. And so all of the kind of things that I've done through my life have been action sports that are basically attracting the kids that don't necessarily go to the football team or the hockey team or the basketball team. So when I was at TCS at Port Hope, for example, I coached the whitewater kayaking team. And that's definitely not a sport for kids who would prefer to be playing football. It's for kids who want to be challenged all the time, who look upon the environment as the battleground, not other kids that are on the team. And it's that kind of thing that I approach with everything I do, I guess. And it's kind of how you're wondering how in heaven's name did all this get to BMX, which is big kids riding little bikes. I was in Australia about 10 years ago, ran into kids riding BMX bikes down there, never seen it before, tried it. I thought it was great. I've never had so much fun on a bike. And yet, when I came back to Toronto, there was nothing here. 10, 12 years ago, BMX did not exist in the city of Toronto. So I got involved in it, started to link up with a few other people who also were involved in it. And over the course of that 10 years, I realized that BMX has got to be the perfect sport for kids that aren't on the basketball team. This is an activity that's suited to an urban environment, and it really opens up their mind in terms of creativity, imagination, challenging themselves against whatever happens to be there, whether it's a picnic table, a ledge, or a skate park. So that's kind of where this has all come from, if that makes sense, sort of. What's happened in the past couple of years, 3 years ago, I was asked to look after what's called the Toronto BMX Jam, which is an international competition held as part of the Toronto International Bike Show, which is being held March 13th to 15th at the Direct Energy Centre. And yes, I invite you to please come down and have a look at what freestyle BMX is all about. You've seen it on X Games, you've seen it on Dew Tour. All the riders that you saw in X Games and Dew Tour are actually coming to my event in 2 weeks. It's pretty exciting. These are the best riders in the world. And so when you see those kind of people,